Oh, hello. My name's David. I'm fixing to attempt the Appalachian Trail through hike with my cousin Michael, and it's approximately 2,100 miles. And we're doing a little video here to kind of talk about some of the gear and clothing we're going to be having. Obviously, I'm inside the tent that we'll be using. We got this from Dick's. We decided to skimp a little bit to save a little money and went with a little bit of a cheaper tent. We've got it set up inside right now. You need stakes to really hold it up. It's kind of interesting, so we're going to see how this kind of works out on our trip. We may end up having to get another one. We also got cheaper sleeping bags at Dick's to save a little money because stuff at REI is pretty expensive. Here's one of the sleeping bags. This is actually Michael's. Mine's very similar. It's just your basic 40-degree sleeping bag. We're hoping being here close together will give us plenty of warmth during the night. This is the sleeping pad. This is actually Michael's. He got this from Dick's. Takes a little bit longer to blow up than mine. I got an REI. Mine's a little bit more expensive, but his is a little larger, and hopefully that'll serve him well. Step out of the tent here, and we'll go over some of the gear and clothing. This is the backpack. We both got the same. It's a 65-gallon Gregory. We went with one of the larger ones because of the padding, and it fits us pretty. It's a lot more comfortable than some of the smaller ones we were looking. This is probably the item we spent the most on and splurged a little bit. We figured it was the most important. Put that down there. Here's some of the clothing. This is all the clothing I'll be taking. Michael's a very similar setup as I do. Got a long john top, 2 t-shirts, a sock cap, long john bottoms, 1 pair of shorts. I'll be wearing 2 pairs of underwear, that's all we'll have. And then 1 pair of pants/shorts. So we won't have a whole lot of clothing, it'll be a lot less than what we're used to now. I'll also be having a boonie cap and another ball cap for my headgear. These are the shoes I chose. These are some hiking trail shoes, tennis shoes. Decided to go with these as opposed to boots because they're a lot lighter and a little bit more comfortable, I think. They say we'll go through 3 pairs of these on the trip. And here is my rain jacket / my jacket for when it gets cold. So it'll have a dual purpose. Wet weather bags to keep cell phones and our wallets and stuff dry. Here's assorted handkerchiefs. These are I forget what they're called, but here's a cool tie, I guess what they're called. You wet them down, you put them around your neck, and they keep the back of your neck cool, and they're good when it's really hot. I'll have a couple pairs of socks with the Smart Wool socks that keep your feet dry, and they're really comfortable. Here is goes over our backpack. It's keeps it dry when it's raining. I've got a pillow that I blow up. We got a mosquito net here. Some assorted stuff. Here's a 550 cord that we use to tie up whatever we need to. We'll have a headlamp. Got a flashlight. Got 2 Nalgene water bottles. Here's the fun stuff. This is the water filter we'll be using. It's a squeeze filter. It was developed by a doctor that he did something with filtering blood, and he developed this. This is highly recommended. So we'll be drinking all our water out of streams, lakes, springs, wherever we can get it, and we'll squeeze this into these bottles, and that's what we'll drink. Here's a couple trail guides we'll be taking. This one's really good. It pretty much tells us where all the waters, what's in the towns, all kinds of good information, where you can stay along the way. We'll be taking this along with a couple. We got one specifically from Maine that we'll be taking along as well, and just another one here. We may take out a few pages to lighten our load a little bit. This here is our cooking system. This on top of our fuel system is our stove. It's pretty small. It folds up and weighs not much at all. And this is pretty neat. This is all we'll be cooking with here. Let me pull this apart. Which really consolidates and doesn't weigh a lot. This is the bag it comes in. This bag actually holds water, which is pretty neat. Pull this out. This is the pot that we'll be cooking everything in. It's got this nice handle here that folds up. Comes in with actually
Here's the lid to it. Comes in with 4 cups, believe it or not, that all collapse upon each other. You can pull them out. I can get this out here. And they've got lids to cover all these. We've got these little handy dandy sports that fold up and down. And this is how our stove folds up and goes in there. So that's pretty much our gear. You may have already seen our video on our food, or you may be seeing it after this, but that's what we've got so far. So that's all we'll have for a trip.